And we're in. Hello, everybody. Oh, I need to come this way a little bit. She's been out getting a cup of coffee, so she's hogging the spot again. Oh, right, okay. Be nice and loud. She's been out getting a cup of coffee, so I hear an echo. Deja vu. Oh, right, okay. Can you turn your volume down? There, she's worked it out. Hey, everyone, we are back from our big adventure overseas. We arrived back very early last Friday morning and are still very, very jet-lagged. Struggling. I keep waking up at some ungodly hour of the morning and, normally about 4:30. Been awake since 4:30 this morning. What about you?
Do us a favour, guys. Share. Please share. If you are a part of a team, a paranormal team, please share.
I want to give a shout out to Kinnerton Paranormal as well. That's KYNT something TON must be Paranormal, who very kindly shared our podcast for us today, and I said I would share the love.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you.
They've been buying some equipment off Oz Paratech, and hello from the Fiji Islands, Mr. Hacker21. Welcome back. Oh, did you miss us? Hello, Glennis. Oh, see you Saturday night. We've been really busy since we got back. We've had to record a True Hauntings very quickly because we had none left. The one that came out on the Friday that we landed was our last one, and then we were on to we had to record something else for this week. So we've got that done, but now we have to keep recording 2 a week before we leave again on the 11th of July.
Oh, you're making people jealous?
I'm actually a little concerned now. So what this is about tonight, this is our paranormal Q&A night. So if you've got a question about the paranormal, about spooks and everything else like that, mind you, you're going to find that every single heading I have out there now in the social media land will have the word demon in it somewhere because that's what rates. So I'm actually going to make fun of it a little bit and put it in ridiculous places, and then I'm going to put after it SEO done. So because I just want to point out how silly it is that people are going with all these demon things.
Oh, we went through a whole list of things on YouTube, and literally out of say 20 YouTube clips, probably at least 10 had demon. There were a couple that had like terrifying or some really negative
witch,
statement.
Evil spirits and cursed, and there's all that sort of stuff. You grew up near Demon Drill. Ooh, that's got to have some demons in it, particularly the Year 8 students in the high school. Anyone that's age 13 or 14 is demonic as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so we've had an amazing time. This time of night, though, that our brains do switch off more so than normal.
Oh yeah, shocked, scared faces on thumbnail.
Yeah,
let's do the shocked, scared faces.
There you go.
Oh no, they've got to be looking that way. They look across.
Did we nail it? Yeah, that is so right. Oh, demonic cameo, beautiful. We really need to take the piss out of this.
Oh, I had a brilliant idea last night. I'll tell you later.
Oh,
I did have a brilliant idea at about 2 a.m.
What's this? Send them to your PA. Oh, right, okay. Marumbara. Oh, cool. Oh, the faces, right, okay. Yeah, sorry. As I said, we're a little bit slow at the moment. Just a tad. So the flight, how was the flight back home, Renata?
Long, because we received a message the day before that the flight home had been cancelled. And so guess who went into meltdown and went, oh my God, we can't, because we won't be able to get the other flights.
Yeah, because it was Amsterdam to Heathrow, then Heathrow back to Sydney. So they cancelled the Amsterdam to Heathrow flight, which that's like, well, how do we get home?
Yeah. So we had that fixed and fixed that. And actually British Airways were very, very good.
They were great.
They were
And
great.
I booked that airfare through Expedia, and I'd read reviews everywhere saying that if something goes wrong with your flights, you're screwed, right? Nobody will help you. And in actual fact, everybody was very helpful. So it was all solved.
Yeah. So we had to get on the plane from Amsterdam to Heathrow. And then there was like a 4 or 5 hour wait in Heathrow, which actually was pretty good. And so from Heathrow, then we went to Singapore. And
but hang on. Heathrow, what happened? We all got to the gate. Everybody's there. The plane's there. They've got all the air bridges ready to go.
Yeah.
And they're about to start calling people to board. And we get a message to say, we're going to be changing gates. Now, if anyone knows Heathrow Airport, you've got to catch trains to some of these gates. And we were in section C, and they changed it to section B, but they told us not to catch the train. So we ended up all like 200 odd passengers
walking in the tunnel.
Walking through this tunnel to get to it. And then we've got there, and it turned out what had happened is the plane we were about to fly on had been damaged somehow or other. And the engineers had come on to have a look at it and said the damage was too bad and it was not allowed to fly. So they had to find another plane. And they just happened to have one plane left there for British Airways, and it was a Dreamliner. And we got it. And it looked like it was pretty new.
Yeah, Karen, Heathrow is huge. Not as huge as Amsterdam Airport. We got to Amsterdam and we decided what we would do. And I know we're not talking about ghost stuff. We will in a second. What we decided we were going to do is actually leave our big suitcases at the airport lockers.
Because we knew the stairs were going to be shocking.
Yes, yeah. So we thought we'd do that. It took us an hour and a half to find where we needed to leave our bags. And by that stage, we'd been through all of Amsterdam Airport, which is huge. If you think Heathrow's huge, double it. And that's Amsterdam Airport.
So we'd been given a bum steer on where the lockers were, because they said there were lockers that we could put it in. And it was only going to be €6 a day or something like that. And we trudged through all of Amsterdam Airport, and we ended up back where we started from, down the bottom, where we had to lodge the bags, and they were €9 a day. But still, we could not have taken those bags.
No, not up any of the stairs that we went.
And we braved public transport. I was terrified. I'm such a control freak. I love having my hire car and being able to drive to wherever we go and use the navigator. I know exactly where I am and what I'm doing because the navigator tells you. And I had to get on a public bus. I mean, first off, we got up to the bus because it was the 397, and we've gone, "You going into Amsterdam?" He went, no, other side of the road. So we almost got on the wrong friggin' bus to start with. So we got on that, and then we had to try and work out what stop we were getting off at. And luckily there was a lady that was sitting in front of us that was telling the people in front of them how to get off at a certain stop, and it would be in such and such an area. And I went, oh, that's the one we need to get off at. So she actually, when she got off the bus, she said, 2 more stops, you get off. So we had people looking after us.
Daisy wants you to stand up to show her the skull jacket.
Oh, right, okay. I've got to move back a little bit so you can see it, because it's quite long. Covers my butt. And it has a hood. It's got a hood as well.
So Lizzie's asking a question that we
And I've got a vest.
have encountered again today, because there must have been some show on TV where they were doing the...
Oh, it's Tyler Henry.
Yeah, the mind mapping.
Which we've done.
We've actually done that. We did a whole weekend of having our brains scanned while we were doing psychic work. And, yeah, guess what? We're psychic. Yeah. And we've got brain scans to prove it.
It was really interesting, actually, because they go through all the different brain waves, like the gamma, the theta, the whatever they all are. And the lady was saying, oh, Renata's got a lot of gamma, like way bigger than most people. And she said that you'll find that electrical things will misbehave around you. She's not bloody wrong, bloody hell. And the weird thing was, when we worked together, because we said, can we try something? And we put a table between us, and we sat with our hands on the table, and you could see our brain waves reaching out to link together. It was the weirdest thing.
It was such a wild and interesting thing to do, though. It really was. And what you could do is actually, if you spent more time doing it, you could actually train by watching the scan change, so that the more you concentrated or the more you tried to shift your perspective or concentrate, the more you could control how these brain waves looked. So it's really, really interesting stuff. We had an opportunity to do it before COVID. So, yeah, what you watched on TV, we'd actually have done.
All right, I'm just going to go because we do have some questions. Dave Mann, my question this week is, if language isn't a barrier for spirit, by that I mean how someone that didn't speak English when they were alive can understand it, to be continued. Hang on, what?
And then he says, but if they didn't learn to write when they were alive, they still can't spell, and is a barrier during a Ouija board session.
So we actually have had issues with that before, where we get somebody on the board who can't spell, or it seems like they're having difficulties. And what we do is we ask one of our team, our spirit team, to come in and assist them. And we say, you tell them what you want to say and they'll spell it out for you. So it's almost like a scribe.
Yeah, or we go back to yes and no.
Yeah.
So make your questions easy to begin with, and ask them to answer yes and no, or yes or no, rather than trying to spell things out.
And Lizzie, I remember that they were saying that that possibly the way that the Tyler Henry was reading was that he was accessing the memory of the person he was reading. So I don't know what's scarier, the fact that someone can hear ghosts and tell you what they're saying, or that somebody can read your mind. I think the government would flip out if they thought there was people out there that could read your mind. In those cases, what I would like to see them do is a testing where the the psychic or the medium asks the spirit to tell them something that that person wouldn't know about them, that you have to go away and verify. That would be of interest for me.
But they've also done laboratory tests on psychics where they actually the psychic doesn't know who the person is, and they are in a different room and sometimes in a different building.
Yep.
And they test them that way. So there are like double bind and triple bind tests where, the psychic has no idea who the person is, and they can still make a connection. It's, just crazy.
Virginia loves your jumper. I was talking to Virginia, who found that she had extra fluid on her brain, which is not such a great thing.
Oh, no, Virginia.
Did COVID change the scan? Be interesting. Anyway, I'll go back up to the question. Hi, Anita. Hey, ladies. I'm wanting to learn more about connecting with spirit and tarot. What books would you recommend? P.S. I love the hood. Me too. This is for you.
Anita, first of all, go online and have a look what is available online. There is a lovely lady in Australia who runs a web page called Biddy Tarot, BIDDYTAROT.com. She has a whole lot of stuff that she promotes on there. She's probably one of the biggest tarot web pages in the world, this lovely lady, and she's Aussie. So that's a really great place to start. You can learn off a lot of people online and on YouTube. So rather than getting yourself into books, go simply and look at YouTube.
Joanne, thank you for the stars.
YouTube, and see what people you like on that and start to follow them and pick things up slowly. I always say to people, you can't try and learn tarot in a day or a week or a month. It takes a lifetime to really understand and know tarot and work your magic with it, because everyone will read very, very differently. But yeah, start slowly, make your own notes and create your own book. That is the best thing to do. It really does open up your mind as you're writing down the information and all the descriptions of the cards and everything, and start that way. Start really simply.
Renata actually does run classes on tarot at the Witch's Charm sometimes.
Yes.
You just got to keep an eye out for when that happens. Daisy, apart from loving the outfit, do you have issues wearing analog watches?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No. I know that some people will say that they can't wear watches because the watches don't work or they stop all the time. I don't seem to have an issue with that. For me, if I'm happy and everything's going fine, then it's not as much of a problem. If I get the shits or I'm really angry, that's when everything starts to break down.
Which is all the time. Okay, so Roscoe88, my question is, what dowsing rods would be better? I want to purchase some. There's a lot of different ones out there. I've been told copper ones are the best.
Copper ones are great because they're conductors. Copper is a conductor, and you can certainly feel the energy through copper dowsing rods. And nice big thick ones are really, really good. Try not to get the really thin rods. And the thing is the price point. You can be paying anything to $60-$80 for a set of dowsing rods. I got my copper ones in England when I was over there a couple of times ago, and I absolutely love them to death. You can get ones that are kind of have got the ends of them in like a timber casing, which means that you're holding on to the casing and not the rods, which are very much also really, really good. So, yeah, just see how you go. Try and avoid the ones that have a really short base.
Can I get the ones? I've got them over here.
Yeah, a really short base. And also watch what is on eBay, because sometimes
Read the description.
check the measurements out, people. Check the measurements, because, you know, Anne sometimes buys things that she thinks are a little bit bigger, and when she gets them, she gets a little bit disappointed that they're not quite as big as she thought they were going to be.
It's the story of my life. Things just aren't as big as I'm expecting them to be.
I know, right?
Yeah, so I like the ones that have that collar on them, so that you can hold them and they can spin freely. But this is one of the ones that I bought that I didn't read the description properly, and they're a little bit short.
They're little baby ones.
Yeah, that's my hand, and they're just a wee bit short.
But they're good travel ones.
They're good travel ones.
Yeah. And there's also ones that fold out like pens.
Yes, we use
those.
So
we got those too, and they're quite handy if you want to take them with you.
Question, Yindyamara. Does the toilet flush go in the opposite direction in the Northern Hemisphere? Yes, it does. And it's weird. What's weirder is the sunrise and the sunset, or lack thereof.
Yes, they have a very long dusk in summer, and I think I put a picture up at 10 o'clock or something, and it was still fairly blue skies outside. So
that reminds me, sorry.
As it gets into midsummer, it can go anything up to 11:30, and there's still it's dusk, which is amazing because there's a lot of people outside.
Excuse my ass.
And no wonder they all eat very late, because it's still light. Thank you, Big Byron, for the super sticker.
Thank you, Big Byron. I'll pop that up there. Thank you. Yeah, that's going to help us out with the next one now. So, yes, Andrew, KGB and CIA did experiments during World War II and during the Cold War, and that was with remote viewing. They were doing a lot of that. Lloyd Auerbach, I thought I might have had the book over there, did a good book on that. So, Maxine, no, I've got your picture down next to me at the moment. We haven't, because what I want to do is, you can see we've got some shelves back there, and I want to get them onto the shelves so that we can do them proper justice. So they haven't gone up just yet. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. I mean, people use coat hangers, they use all sorts of things.
Yep.
Oh, Virginia, were you out there? Oh, that was just so heartbreaking. Oh, it was just, yeah, I got really distressed about that. We're back to the lanterns. Yeah, coat hangers. Could you do a reaction video to some of the paranormal podcasts? I do have one in mind that scared bejesus out of me, but luckily I happened to find your podcast, which brought logic back to my life.
Yes. We did do reaction videos to some TikTok stuff. We haven't done it to podcasts. That's a little bit hard, and you've got to really be a little bit wary that you're not offending too many people, because they rarely get the shits.
Little videos and things that you want us to react to, just send us the links and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to get cousin Steve on to show us how to do it. Hello, Belinda. How are you? It was a questions for Side Blue Skies. Look, Daisy, it was weird. We landed in Ireland and they had sunshine. The whole week we were in Ireland, they had sunshine. Then we flew over to the UK. We had sunshine. Like, there was one day that it got up to like 24 or 25 degrees. It was quite warm.
Yindi Yamara wants to do a welcome to country at Dubbo in August. We would
Yes,
love that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, 100%.
Anyone
That would
else
be
coming to Dubbo with us in
awesome,
August?
awesome. There's about 9 spots left.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, 9 spots.
Wow. Okay. Now, if you would like to come to Norfolk Island with us, we still have some spots available left for that one. And that is just the best weekend with the best people in a beautiful multi-million-dollar house. We are going to do a live on that tomorrow night to show people what it's all about and what we get up to and all that sort of stuff. Anyway,
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll post the time and the link and everything for you. And if you want to jump on, if you're thinking about it or you just want to watch, jump on tomorrow night, and we're going to be discussing Norfolk Island.
Because we don't have a tour tomorrow night, which was a bit of a shock.
No.
Don't know what we were doing that we had no tour. Anyway, still a few months off, but will you guys be having a Halloween party this year? I would say so. We are planning to be back from New Orleans in time, definitely for Halloween, because that is our busiest time of the year. We'll probably be jet lagged again, but I hate jet lag. It's agony. It's knocking me in the ass right now.
It is the price you pay for having an awesome time.
It is.
So
it is.
It's a first world problem, man. Sure. Just take it on the nose.
I really liked what we did last year, where we had an evening of spirit communication rather than a ghost hunt at the jail, and I think we might do that again. We'll have to talk to the powers that be. All right.
Well, it was sunny in Ireland, and apparently it was still sunny in Ireland today.
Wow, been up to 30 degrees.
Yes.
Oh, you're saying a very stressful word there. All right, so you've been reading about some chases in Westbury, Tasmania, opposite my great grandfather's farm. Look, I don't think we know everything that is out there in the wild woods and the forests and the wilderness.
I mean, but some of the places we were in, for example, in Ireland, when we went into the woods, it was like the place was alive.
I've got goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah, it was so serene and so surreal to be walking through such a place that, yeah. And look, I'm sure India Mara would say the same thing about Australia, that the land speaks to you and that the land is alive and that it has its sacred spaces and that those sacred spaces are looked after by the land spirits. So, we might say they're fairies or fairy folk. There would probably be names for these wonderful spirit creatures all over the world that are very, very different, but do the same thing. They look after the land.
Yeah, the Norfolk trip's going to be amazing. Where are we up to?
Oh, I wasn't involved, but I knew. Had a sudden feeling that I had to go out there this morning. Still can't get my head around it, Virginia. Yeah, it's one of those things. And we are talking about the horrendous crash that happened in Greta, which is not far from where we live.
Yeah.
It's in the Hunter Valley. And 10 people lost their lives and a whole lot more had horrific injuries when a bus missed a roundabout
in the fog
and collided with the those railings, those horrible metal railings that are along the side of the road.
We've got 95 people watching us.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, and we've all been watching, Virginia, and it's heartbreaking because they were all young people.
Yeah.
So young.
Yeah.
And they were all doing the right thing. They got on a bus to get home so that they didn't have to drive. So, yeah, it's really, really terrible.
Oh, it's boiling in South Wales today. Wow. Oh, you've sold 15 copies of your book, Maxine. Well done. Well done. Have you got some reviews on it yet? Pooh Bear, the only red shirt. Now, we went to the real 100 Acre Wood by accident, mind you, and we found Pooh Bear's little house and Al and Tigger and the Piddlesticks Bridge or whatever it's called.
Pooh Sticks.
Pooh Sticks, that sounds worse. Would you suggest a specific outlet to purchase a Ouija board? Mick, one of our volleys, makes some beautiful Ouija boards. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure. Does anyone know his link for? I think he's selling them on eBay. But really, they're just beautiful. So I suggest his, but.
Game shops will have Ouija boards. Etsy has Ouija boards. Lots of places. You don't have to have a special place to buy Ouija boards.
There you are. Your fringe looks magnificent. Hi, Tammy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Yindi Amara, I dreamt I was a muffler last night. I woke up exhausted.
Oh dear. Are there things that your skepticism holds you back from, e.g. skinwalkers, for example?
The problem, Danielle, is that after doing so much research on a lot of these places and listening to people who have been involved with some of these places, it has left a sour taste in our mouths to understand and to know how much is made up and not true. We would love to say that all of the places that are said to be haunted are haunted, and probably to an extent they are, but the problem is that when every ghost hunter goes out or when every paranormal investor goes out, they want it to be haunted when they are there. And that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And so when a paranormal investigator has a YouTube channel and they record, they've got to get something, because no one will watch them, or what will happen to them is what happened to us, where we've been told that we're shit investigators because we never find a ghost, and that we should watch some of the paranormal shows to get tips on how to investigate properly. Now,
you've started it again, Danielle. You've triggered her.
We're just telling the truth as it is. So just because when you're on a site and you don't get anything doesn't necessarily mean it's not haunted.
And we've had chances to be on TV shows, but because we can't come up with anything demonic or dramatic,
they won't take us.
They won't take us.
That's freaking sad.
Because it's far more exciting to have
been possessed. Yeah, you got to have been possessed, or a demon scratched you or whatever, and you kind of go, well, it kind of really hasn't happened to me. And so then they go, okay, we'll just find someone that it has.
Steve said you can get Ouija boards from Big W sometimes. So there you go. Hi, cousin Steve. And what are we up to? It's just like everything else paranormal, 90% is debunking, yeah. And look, as Danielle, in regards to skepticism, I'm willing to go looking, because I'm still searching for the next experience that is mind-blowing. I'm constantly searching for it. And yes, I do get upset and annoyed when we go to these places that have been, claimed to be the most haunted place on the earth, and it's because some psychic or somebody who thinks they're a psychic's turned up and said, oh, I've got the distinct feeling there's a child here. Yes, they're over here and they like Barbie with tartan skirts, and then you get a shrine to that child and it becomes legend, and then it becomes lore, and I want it to be real.
Yeah.
But sadly, most of the time it's not.
So we went to Derby Jail. Derby Jail is supposed to be, one of the most haunted places there is. We tried really hard. And how many hours did we spend there? From 7
till about 3 o'clock in the morning.
7 till 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a long time. And we tried really, really hard. And only towards the end did we get a little bit of stuff going on. But yeah, no banging of doors, no things sliding off tables, no huge. REM pod beeped once during the whole night. Beeped once, went beep. That was it. So we took that as a good hit because nothing had happened before or after. So that was interesting. And we had a cat ball light up once. That was it.
Now, people who know us with the cat balls know that we normally get a lot of action with the cat balls.
Nada. Nothing. Now, that's not to say Derby Jail isn't haunted. I love being there. It was fabulous being there. Really, really cool. But was it super exciting for us as paranormal investigators? No. So yeah, it's
don't be sorry. I love it. Well, I try to set her off all the time.
And
thank
so,
Callum and you as well for the lovely dinner as well. We didn't expect you to pay for that, but thank you.
Oh, thank you, Danielle. So we had a night, Danielle, at Dudley Castle. Wasn't that awesome? It was awesome, and there was stuff happening at Dudley Castle. There were lots of people that were feeling things. There was Callum had some really great interaction with some of the lovely ladies that were there.
Oh yeah, they took a shine to him.
They took a shine to him.
Who was it? Was it Annie?
Annie, yes. So that was really cool. That was a cool and awesome night. Yeah, so
I forgot about that.
You kind of take it as it comes, and you enjoy the fact that you're in these locations that are often 800 years old, 700 years old, 500 years old. We don't get the opportunity to be in places like that here in Australia because there aren't any. So,
will you be going to Monte Cristo again soon?
No.
No, well, no, you can't say no because remember we were talking to someone who wanted to go there. The problem with Monty is that they don't allow you to investigate.
No.
So we can't even go out into the stables or the old ballroom. I understand that they might not want us in the house because there are a lot of treasures in there. But last time we went, I think we had like a 4-hour tour where we were being told fabulous stories, but we just walked from room to room being told lots and lots of stories until you felt very ill and I had to escort you out.
Mm.
I had to look after her, go and have a cup of coffee
and
some apple pie.
The only area you are allowed to investigate is the area that you're sleeping in. You are allowed to go into the home on the Sunday morning before they open up to the buses and everything that come, so the public that arrives. So, that's cool, but look,
it's a long way to go.
It's, for us in Newcastle, it's like 7 hours or something to get there, which is a really long way. And I've been there 4 times now, 3 or 4 times. So I've done my dash with Monty. And that's cool. I'm happy.
Hi, Earl. I've seen you've been chatting in putting comments in everywhere. It's lovely to see you joining in the community. So welcome. Yeah. Dubbo Jail's interesting. Sometimes we get some big stuff happening out there, and then other times it'll be quiet. I mean, yeah, no strange moans coming from other rooms.
No.
You've been running tours for many years at the jail. In that time, have you and do you still discover talk with new spirits?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think people bring spirits in. They bring their whoever their tribe is in with them. So sometimes they will jump on and start talking. And we have our regulars that seem to come in, and we had
Philip turn up on Sunday night.
Yeah, we had Mamma Mia. I think some of you are probably familiar with Mamma Mia, not the musical, but the reporters.
Online magazine.
So we had them for several hours on Sunday night, and Philip, who was a regular, came through. But yeah, there's Kinnerton Paranormal. Hello. I was trying to spell out how you do Kinnerton Paranormal, so I think I nailed it.
Where are these guys based? Where's Kinnerton Paranormal?
Are you Western Australia, South Australia,
okay.
something like that?
Let us know where you
hello,
are,
Dolly.
Kinnerton. We might come and visit you and do a tour.
I'd love to do that. Do we tend to get the same spirits each week? Surprisingly, we do get a lot of the same spirits coming through, the same names, which is interesting. And the same sort of words that come up with the same spirits. My son Drew asked, what is the most scariest ghost tour you've been on?
Look, Kay, I have to say that one of my scariest experiences was when I was locked in to one of the underground rooms at Edinburgh, where the old city used to be. The underground.
Mary King Close.
It wasn't Mary King's Close. It was one of the vaults. Yeah, the Edinburgh vaults, where they packed in a whole lot of people, and then turned off all the lights, and it was so pitch black that you just that terrifies me. Absolutely terrifies me, because you don't know who's going to react and how they're going to react. And there's no way out of that place. There's only one way out. And when people lose their shit and they don't know what direction to go, you can get crushed in one of those places. So that terrified me most of all. I was really happy to get out of there. Other than that, no, I'm pretty good so far.
I think I may have freaked myself out at 30 East Drive when I did the solo vigil up the top of the stairs when I started trying to provoke the monk.
That was at Pontefract.
The Pontefract
house, yeah.
That was a little challenging. I think some of the private investigations have been very scary, but that's because of the humans involved. And forgot the soap and a rope. Hello, Eric. How are ya? Where are we up to? Same thing happened when we went there.
Yeah, Lizzie. I mean, some of those places do that so that they can trigger your fear response, which makes it scarier for you when you do the rest of the tour. And that's understandable. That's how they work.
We're up to 106. What's going on? 111.
That's what they want to do. Fabulous. I think it's great.
Yay!
Thank you. And we've got a US. Michelle from the US. Hello, how are
Michelle.
you?
I'll come down to you in a second. Do either of you, are you sensitive when near graveyards? Not me so much.
Yeah, I can sometimes.
She gets twitchy.
I get twitchy sometimes going past. Yeah.
No full Monty, no. Most memorable and scariest paranormal experiences with us, please, ladies.
Most memorable? Oh, I love going to places that are high up on that list of, must-see places.
Most haunted.
Yeah, must see places like the Tower of London,
or the Ancient Ram
or the
Inn,
Ancient
or
Ram
Chillingham
Inn,
Castle.
or Charleville Castle,
Yeah.
or in Romania when you went into Vlad, the Impaler's Castle, and all of those places.
Yeah.
They're really, really memorable because you can kind of go, I've been there. I've actually been there and I've experienced it.
Yeah, I still love the Stanley Hotel
Yeah.
at
I've
Estes
been
Park.
there.
That's just and Tombstone as well. Tombstone was amazing.
And that's not to say that there aren't any cool places in Australia as well. There are plenty of cool places to go and see. Arradale Asylum was fabulous. What's the other one? Beechworth Asylum, absolutely fabulous. The problem is with some of these places is that we're losing them because they cost money to run. And if people aren't visiting and going and spending money, then the owners of these places are forced to sell them or make units or whatever it is out of them.
Look at Loftus Hall. That's gone now.
Yeah.
That's only the rich people are going to be able to access. That's going to be a luxury day spa.
The jail at what's the jail that's now been turned into hotels? Bodmin Jail. Yeah. I went to Bodmin Jail when it was a wreck, an absolute wreck, before they did all the renovations and everything. It was superb to go through. I think I saw a spirit wandering. It was in the afternoon, so it was still daylight. I'm sure I spotted something while I was there, but, it was a shell. And now they have turned it into luxury accommodation. And as something that will attract tourists, absolutely, because it's spectacular. But for ghost hunters, it's done. What can you do there now?
Well, hello, Michelle. I'm so glad you could make it. I think with the change of coming out of daylight savings time, it makes it easier to tee up with America. So I hope you've enjoyed it.
And Michelle,
we're behaving tonight.
Dave Schrader from America is actually streaming our podcast on his Paranormal 60. So jump on there, and
I'm very privileged.
You will have a podcast episode come out every Friday.
Yeah. Apparently we're giving him a bit of a giggle. He thinks we're funny.
We are.
Hello, Jeff. How are you doing? With investigations, depends on the charm of those participating in the investigation.
Look, John, that's really interesting, but it's absolutely true, because if you get a vibe going amongst the participants on an investigation, it's like their energies blend really quickly. They're all on the same wavelength, and it does help in an investigation. It really, really does.
Oh, Victoria, right, Kidderton Paranormal. My grandparents' old room used to always smell like my gran. Every time I turned to face away from it at night and the room was dark, as I would walk out, I would feel a presence like someone was there.
Yeah.
She's probably looking after you still. Let's face it, Eric, she needs to. We have been to Caboolture, but we haven't investigated. We were taken there by Sue, who lives up that way, and we went for a walkthrough. And I think there's some videos on our YouTube page from our walkthrough.
Yes, yes.
So you can go check those out. Yeah, these ladies don't get scared by ghosts, they scare the ghosts. I think we do sometimes, because sometimes we seem to scare all the activity away. I think we're just having such a good time, and we're giving out such good energy.
I get shitty and I say, try harder. You're not doing anything. Try harder.
Oh, we'd love to go to Woodman Quarantine. I remember when we were staying over there at Karen's place, we were looking at it, but I don't think we could get to it in the time we had. No, Jeff, we haven't heard from anyone, not yet. Do you do paranormal tours in the area? I'm not sure who that's to, Fiona. In the remnants of the castle in Ireland, I felt things coming straight towards the camera.
Yeah, some of those keeps that we walked into were pretty awesome.
Hi, Tash. Oh, so yeah, that was for Kennington Paranormal. There we go. That's cool. See, we're linking people up here. I'm not going to say hooking them up because that means something completely different. Can you please put a link in this chat for Norfolk Island tour? I did go look, but only found Renata showing the island. And so Emmy will get onto that. Em, can you organise this activity, please?
And if you missed out, tomorrow night we're doing a live just like this, and we're going to be talking about the Norfolk Island tour that we have happening in September. There are a few places left, so we're going to be showing you some spots on the island that we go to, plus the accommodation that we're going to be staying at. So if you want to find out more, we will have a link up on all of our pages on how to get to our live tomorrow night to talk about Norfolk Island.
The bathroom, the beam through it, that was Grizzly Castle. Grizzly Hall. Oh, that was a bit of a...
Yeah, we stayed at this lovely place called Risley Hall, which is quite dated. And we chose the cheapest room because we're on a freaking budget. And it was in like the rooftop area. So you had beams coming down and across. And there was one beam that actually went through the shower in the bathroom. So you had to really watch your head getting into the shower. It was quite funny.
All right, I'll just pop back up to here. I'll just get rid of that one and that one. Tanelba House we have done, and there is some videos up on our YouTube page about Tanelba House if you'd like to go check those out. Yes, they'd buy their paranormal equipment from me. Do you have to ghost hunt or connect with spirits only in the evening and night? No, you don't. The only reason why most of the tours and everything run at night is because that's when the places aren't being used, and that's not when the general public is around, which contaminate a lot of what's possible evidence. So that, and apart from that, it's nice. You also shut down part of your senses because you lose your sight to a certain degree, and that sort of hypes up the fear factor. Words are getting hard. My jet lag is really hitting me bad right now. I'm struggling to put words together. Oh, little Addie, we still haven't got out to see him yet. We bought him a present. We as I said, we went to the real 100-acre wood when we were in England, the last couple of days in England, and we bought Addie a little Pooh Bear from the real 100-acre wood. So we're going to give that to him. I'm sure Claire will love it.
Any tours that you recommend in London? Yeah, there are a lot. Ooh. So the Jack the Ripper tour is fabulous.
Even the bus.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the bus tour. Go on the bus if you're going. The bus tour is super fantastic. It's not scary. It's hilarious, but they are so good at what they do. So it's really worth doing the bus tour.
Look, and yeah, Fairbridge. We had actually organised a weekend at Fairbridge, which was meant to be in July of 2020, but we all know what happened. So it all got cancelled, sadly.
Yeah. It will, Cindy, it'll probably be around 7 o'clock that we go on. Yeah.
Yes, if you could all, if you're watching on YouTube, if you could make sure you're subscribed, pretty please, and give this show a thumbs up. That would be great. I think we're just about out of time.
Lily, will Brooke be going to Norfolk?
I don't think so. She went with us before.
Yeah.
And I think they've got a few other things on as well. Can you describe any sensation of being physically touched by a spirit or to have one standing very close?
Yeah, all the time. And it's different for people. I really get a full body like jolt. So I kind of know when there is something.
And I know because she leaps. I just get the sensation of I don't know, energy. So it's sort of like goosebumps, but not quite.
Paranormal pussy.
I love it. Paranormal pussies.
Cindy, put up the link to their Facebook page. Would love to join.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd love to go to Pluckley. I'd love to spend a day or two there, actually.
It's Oz Paratech, OzParatech.com. I'm pretty sure that's it there. But it's all one word for the website, ozparatech.com. Oh, you like the Temu videos? Yeah, they've actually asked us to do another one. They're sending us another whole heap of gear, so there's more coming. And I'm pretty sure that I've got one that it was mystery items, and we haven't even got it up yet. Hope you don't meet my Norfolk Island convict ancestor who's a bit of a creep. Oh, there was a few on there. What was the famous one that was caught hiding in a tree? Barney Duffy.
Barney Duffy.
Yeah. Oh, we're actually there next week, Lily. We're next Wednesday. We are doing our show at the Wyong Milk Factory. We've moved it back by half an hour, so it's 7:30 to 9:30 now. Gives people a bit more of a chance to eat their dinner before they come in. And I think there was only about 8 tickets left. So if you want to come see us, we'll be there Wednesday. Make sure you come up and say, I'm Lily.
Yes,
otherwise,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's the point too. Cold spots, and sometimes it feels like you've walked through a spider web. Spot on. All right. Well, we're going to have to head off. So what time shall we do this Norfolk Island live tomorrow? 7 p.m?
Yep.
All right. So 7 p.m. and it'll be on YouTube and our main Facebook page, which is the Anne and Renata Frightfully Good. Almost forgot. We have a new website, ghostgrannies.com. It is almost finished, but we've got most of it up there so you can start having a look at it. Dave Schrader is still coming to Australia. The tour people are just still organising all of that. It is at the very end of Feb into March, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. Absolutely. And look, thank you so much for, Eastern Standard Time, Amy, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for all the people who are on watching. We've got 100 watching right now.
Absolutely awesome.
Gives us hope.
Yes.
But it'll be recorded, Daisy, so don't worry, watch it afterwards. Not an issue.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for being here. We will be back on tomorrow night. And remember, you've all got to be frightfully good, and don't forget to stay
frightfully good.
We'll see you on the dark side. It's been a while. We're out of practice. Bye.